Hello Internet, I'm back again behind the camera because I liked it a lot last time, and I think I feel more comfortable from here because you don't have to see me. I don't have to worry about looking into the camera or being coherent or things like that. I can just jump cut as much as I want. You won't even notice because everything looks the same. Anyway, I wanted to get back into making videos and reviews and stuff, but I didn't really have a reason to, or anything. I didn't really have anything to talk about until now. Oh, would you look at this ridiculous thing? This is the Postman Pat convertible from Character. I'm sure some of you have seen this if you're into the Transformers fandom. I think actually I mentioned it or showed it off briefly in one of my auto assembly videos, and I know of at least one other review of it here on YouTube, but whatever. The reason I'm reviewing this is because I finally found one just the other day in B&Ms home store for a not unreasonable £3, or whatever your local currency equivalent is. I may have to do something about my camera setup because he's too far away. That's quite frightening actually, he's coming at your crotch first. So what can we say about this thing? Well, it's ridiculous. It really is. From what I can gather, this is from the Postman Pat Special Delivery Service show, in which he's somehow got together the budget to acquire not only a new van, but like planes and helicopters and things, all for the sole purpose of delivering mail around a very small village. I live in a village and I've only ever seen postal carriers on foot or on the bus. Where are you getting your money? Where are you getting your money, Pat? Maybe he's delivering something other than letters, who knows. So, yeah, that's about as much as I know. I haven't really watched much of the new series because I'm 21. But like most people who were once a child, I do remember Postman Pat and his black and white cat, which is strangely absent from this toy. It would have been awesome actually if... This is going to sound ridiculous, but I think it would be really cool if his chest opened up and Jess popped out like Ravage. But here we go. There we go. Postman Pat and his entirely black cougar, or panther, or whatever Ravage is supposed to be. What specific type of jungle cat is Ravage supposed to be? Does anyone know? Does it matter? That thing will not stand up. Let's just look at Ravage anyway. He's cool. This is the Universe Ravage, by the way, that came with Hound. Universe Hound. It was also a lovely toy, but we're not reviewing them, so away you go. Bloody hell. Right. I also have Alternator Ravage, which is awesome, but it's under my bed somewhere and I can't be bothered digging it out and transforming it just for the sake of a visual pun. But speaking of transformations, let's just do this. His head turns around. I love the fact that you have to rotate his head just to fit his nose in this little hole. This is such a silly thing. Anyway, do that. It's like really simple because, you know, it's for little kids. And then just do that, flip that, and there's a wee vent. That's quite cute actually. It's nice. It's good and weighty because of like quite dense plastic and big blocky limbs and stuff. Well, it's quite heavy and it rolls really nicely. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his terrifying jungle cat. Those of you who grew up with the original Postman Pat won't recognise this, probably, because it used to have quite an old-fashioned little boxy van that was dead cute, and this is a lot more modern and industrial looking, as is the sort of aesthetic style of special delivery service. And of course, his head still pops up. Look at this. He's watching you. He sees you when you're sleeping. The camera's going out of focus now because it doesn't want to look at it. Anyway, of course, there is a reason other than sheer comedy value that I wanted to review this thing, because there's something I want to know about it, and its strange brethren, the Fireman Sam Jupiter convertible, and that Bob the Builder thing that turns into a drill for some reason. I mean, who came up with the idea? Let's make a transforming kiddie toy of Bob the Builder that turns into a drill. I mean, aren't there lots of really interesting vehicles that you could have used? I would have loved to have seen Scoot Muck and Lofty and Rolly and the others combine into their own version of Devastator. That would be hilarious. There could be a kit bash in there somewhere. I do have a mostly complete custom Twin Twist just up there out of view. You can't see it, so just take my word. It's going to look awesome when it's finished, but it's not finished. That may be my next video. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, this thing. What is it? I haven't done my research, but I'd like to think that character are decent enough that they would acknowledge this as a blatant cash-in on Transformers' popularity and not try and shoehorn it into the show. So there's no backstory or mythology to this that I know of, and the box only says Convertible Postman Pat. Is it like the Star Wars crossovers, where they're custom-built vanity mechs made to look just like the owner? I wouldn't have thought Pat was that full of himself. Or is it just a big robot designed to replace all postmen and be the ultimate delivery machine? Or, worse yet, and most horrifyingly, is it a cyborg? Could it be the actual Postman Pat, brought back from the brink of death after a horrific accident? The only way they could save him was to turn him into a cyborg and fuse him with his van, turning him into a giant engine of mail delivery? I have no idea. Make up your own mind. But personally, I like that last theory because it's ridiculous. As for this guy, I'm going to transform him, go into the living room, and give him to my nephew as a present. Because, as they say in the Catholic Church, get them while they're young. Now for something completely different. Haha! Check this mother out. This is Dark of the Moon Laserbeak, which I also purchased from the same B&Ms quite recently for a not unreasonable £7. I looked on eBay. This guy usually goes for like £9 to £15. So bargain, methinks, and he's lovely. This is his. This is his. Couldn't really be bothered coming up with a decent Earth mode, but it's nice, whatever it is. According to TF Wiki, it's similar to some kind of G.I. Joe machine. To me, it's just a very stylized VTOL thing. Is it a fighter jet or just a drone? I don't know. I mean, is this a cockpit? Well, yeah, there's like a window there. Okay, so it's a thing. It's a thing. It's a serrated. Oh, it's a thing. It's a serrated, winged, jaggy, gun-having VTOL thing with talons. I can't imagine those turbines working very well with these massive cannons right in the way. So let's get rid of them. And the turbines do turn, which is a lovely touch. I like that a lot. So yeah, alt mode's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, the wings go up and they come right off. Certain parts are made to detach if excessive force is applied, or indeed any force. So yeah, it's supposed to like move forward, so it can like and then go forwards like head reveal, and turn mid-air like what way would that go? I don't know. So that's a nice touch, and it keeps coming off. This left wing is a bugger. So that's your alt mode. It's pretty damn lovely. Now for the main attraction, I guess you'd call it robot mode. The instructions actually refer to it as a beast mode, which is nice, I guess. These panels here, in jet mode they're down like that, and in beast mode they do that, and then nothing else. I guess it's to cover up the spines, even though I guess it's meant to cover up the spines, even though it doesn't cover up the spines at all. It's just daft. This comes off to reveal a lovely skeletal, spiny, articulated tail. Are you meant to do it like that, or just fold that down? Or fold that down? Yeah, that looks alright to me. Then the turbines pop open, and you get these big jaggedy wings. Everything in the Bayformers universe is all serrated and jaggedy, but for this toy it works really well. It makes it look quite brutal. Is that right? Oh yeah, these tiny little wings from the jet mode turn all the way around and make another wee feather, which is cool. And then it just locks in. Or it's meant to lock in. Bah. Why is that not? Hang on. Okay, I got it. One one thing I will say about this toy, one negative aspect of this toy is these turbines are a real bitch to work with. You have to like, there's a double hinge in there that's really awkward. You have to like fold it and then fold it in on itself just to get it in there. And wing number 2. Come out. There we go. Ta-da! Look at the camera, that's the toy. Yeah, I mentioned talons come right out, and then the feet do this. They come from up there to down here. Gives them more of a knee thing. And these lovely feathery bits, which are just there for the sake of being there. That's alright. I like that in a Transformer. A wee aesthetic touch. And at last the head reveal, which I absolutely love. Because when you pull it out, it does that. And there's Laserbeak in his slightly goofy, slightly boggle-eyed, giant alien robot chicken mode. And I love it. It's so silly and yet so brutal at the same time. There's these weird claw things that can go like that, or like that, or that, and neither really serves a purpose, so I just have them out for the sake of being out. Why not? And of course in this mode he still has access to that lovely wing articulation that I showed you before. Are these going to pop out? Oh no, it didn't pop out. Wonderful. With the added bonus of this really nicely ball jointed tail, which is reflected in the neck. And look at this adorable face. Oh, focus. Focus? No, no focus. Okay. No, that'll do. Oh man, I love this. It's bizarre but wonderful. It's an example of one of the rare gems that you get in the movie bot line. Just, you know, don't go for the ones that are boring old cars, go for the ones that are like weird alien robot chickens. Like mandibles and pulsating eyes. I haven't actually seen Dark of the Moon, so I don't know what he does in the film, and I assume he causes some trouble, gets zero character development, and then explodes. Oh yeah, and these minigun things, they have like a mech tech thing going on, whereby you just sort of make them have bum sex, and you get this massive bazooka thing with like double handles, and you're meant to attach this to the wing, but then that happens, and then that happens. This thing is pretty cool. The rotating gimmick is a bit obnoxious, but I guess it serves a purpose. Because you can have it as either minigun or blaster. Hang on. And you can rotate it as well, so it can be a singular handheld blaster. Or a really long minigun. See, the possibilities are endless with Transformers, it's wonderful. Or occasionally it gets stuck. Okay, forget this. So this has been the Glasgow Philosopher with Postman Pat and Laserbeak. You've been whoever you were, and this has been my first video in a long while, and my first Transformers review in an even longer while, I think. And yeah, pick this guy up if you can find him for a decent price, or he will eat your soul. Nom 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 nom.